Yo! Morning guys. Quick physique check before we get this day started. As you guys know, I've been bulking hard. I'm at about 190 currently, and let's look at the back. Not bad, not bad. Got some freaking traps and lats coming in. But yes, as you guys know, I've been bulking. I've been eating intuitively to bulk. But what I've been doing the last few days is just tracking to see where I'm at. I'm actually eating way more than I thought. Probably why I'm gaining so much weight. But as you can tell, still staying relatively lean, a little soft in the midsection. Not the end of the world. Training hard and training with a lot more frequency than I typically do just because I have so many calories. So I'm training about 6 days per week. What I've been doing is like 2 of those days or 1 of those days is more of a calisthenics day, less of a hypertrophy weightlifting kind of day because I've been trying to step my calisthenics game up. Side note, our bathroom's a mess. Hope you guys don't mind. So what I'm gonna take you guys along for today is a full day of eating as a college student on a budget. As you guys know, I'm not trying to break the bank on food. I'm trying to hit the trifecta, which is 1, hit my macros. 2, eat as healthy as I can. I want to put good things in my body. But 3, do it affordably. So I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I spend on every single meal, break it down to the penny with the macros to go along. Like I said, I've been intuitive eating, but for this video, I'm gonna track the macros because I know you guys wanna see what that shakes out to eating intuitively and what that kind of correlates to macro-wise to see if I'm even close to being in a surplus. Just to give you guys a reference, a surplus for me is about 3,200 calories. That's gonna be like a 200 to 300 calorie surplus, depending on my activity level for that day, obviously, but it doesn't vary that much. For reference, I'm 6 foot, 190 pounds currently. So it's definitely not a high surplus, but it is a surplus nonetheless. All right guys, shower is done. I still have a little bit of my morning routine to wrap up. If you guys don't know, my morning routine is pretty simple, but I like to keep it consistent. I like having slower mornings, so been up for like an hour and a half, wake up, hydrate, very first thing. Have my first cup of coffee like, I don't know, 30 minutes after I wake up. Then I like to do a little gratitude journaling, which I did on that ghetto ass piece of paper today. Read. Currently I'm reading this book over here. Highly recommend if you're in business for yourself or you work for a company where you have some control over the marketing. Reading that book is amazing. Applying a lot of it to my coaching business, and it's just good stuff. Then I like to shower, hydrate some more. I won't turn my phone on for like the first hour. Just don't like to be bombarded with things, emails, texts, Instagram, all that stuff. I notice you turn it on, you have like this urge just to mindlessly scroll through Instagram. I don't really need that in the morning. We don't eat for like the first 2 hours. As you guys know, I am a proponent of intermittent fasting, but because I've been eating so many calories, I find it hard to shuffle that all towards the end of the day. So I've been breaking my fast really early. At most, I'm fasting for like 13 hours, and that doesn't happen every day. Remember, intermittent fasting is a tool within your tool belt. You can use it with discretion. It doesn't have to be a lifestyle. You can use it when you see fit. I personally like it when I'm cutting. That way I can shorten my eating window. The health benefits are there for like life extension and overall health internally, but like body composition, fat loss benefits, there's really none. So I don't use it when I'm bulking in most cases. So yeah, I think that's the game plan. Let me show you guys what I'm weighing in at right now. 191. It's on an empty stomach, so realistically this camera probably weighs like 3 pounds, so I'm probably like 188 currently, but by the end of the day I'll be like 192. All right guys, we got Professor Tom in the background making his breakfast. Right here, we have 60 grams of oats. It doesn't look that good, but I promise you it's delicious. 1.5 scoops of this cappuccino protein, 1 serving of this fiber cereal, 1 like 130 gram banana, and half a cup of berries. So we're gonna smash this. I feel like oats are just a staple for breakfast, especially if you're into fitness. For whatever reason, oats are like, I don't know, they're like the second coming of Christ for fitness people. Zach and I are off to go for a grind session over at Pete's, which is like a mile away from our house. But what's also right next to our house is this slide, and I've been working on my planches, and I hit a planche on the slide pretty much every time I walk past it. So quick planche break.
Wow. Those shoes though. Yes.
Back in the kitchen where I belong, solid work session with my boy Zachros. As you saw, I had a Cliff Bar. We're gonna include that as part of my lunch. That was just the introduction. We got 3 rice cakes, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, which is 1 serving is the caramel corn rice cakes, and they're so good. Also got some eggs on the way. So I'm gonna tally all of this up, and this is gonna be meal number 2. But I know you all wanna see a taste test. Yeah, I haven't had rice cakes in a long time. And there's something about brand new, fresh, in particular Quaker rice cakes that are so crunchy. All right guys, rounding off this lunch with 3 eggs, 7 egg whites, half an onion, little handful of spinach. We got some sugar-free ketchup right here and some Crystal hot sauce. That's the final product. Didn't come out as beautiful as I thought it was gonna be. Macros right here, cost right there. It's chow, and then Zach and I are getting back to work. All right, presentation. Look at that delt though. Might be nil. Taste though, let's see. Having a little bit of coffee because grind, I suppose. I think a lot of people have some misnomers or misinformation about caffeine and what's an okay caffeine intake. I think everyone's got different thresholds of where they start to feel bad. But I think like on average, 300 to 400 milligrams of caffeine per day is totally okay. For example, this cup of coffee, it's kind of weak coffee, probably has like, I don't know, 80 to maybe 140 grams of caffeine in it. I would say more likely on the lower end. And so having, you know, more than 2 cups of coffee is by no means a problem. There's actually been studies that show that people that drink more caffeine have a better view on life, are more optimistic, and live longer. So take that as you will. But I'm gonna get back to the grind. It's 3:17 right now. We're gonna train shoulders in like probably 2 hours or so. So we're gonna get a ton of work done in the meantime. Use this time wisely. And I just realized my last video I trained shoulders. I promise I don't train shoulders every day, although it is an area on my body that I have been working on building, which I've had pretty good success with. So I'm actually gonna make a separate video on how I build up my shoulders and good shoulder training, because genetically did not have great shoulders to start with. So anyways, back to the grind. So a little pro tip, I'm gonna have some cereal right now, but I have no milk, but it's all good. So what I do, half a scoop of protein, actually this is a full scoop of protein, put it in the shaker. I like some cinnamon up in this bit. Slam some of that in there. I like a lot. And then what you do, since this is, after all, a dairy product, it is essentially milk that just needs some water. Put some freaking water in there, shake it up, pour it over this. Boom, fiber cereal, banana, 2 rice cakes, peanut butter. Ooh, let me fix this real quick. This is what we're smashing before this workout. And what I want to share with you guys is you'll probably notice that I'm eating a lot of the same foods. And this is one of the beautiful things about tracking, is it allows you to quantify the food that you're eating. And because of this, you can look back and be like, hey, you know what, why did I have such a good workout this day? Or why did I feel so good this day? Or, you know, on the flip side, why did I feel so bad this day? Like, why was my energy just hit? And then you can kind of reverse engineer it and figure out, well, what did I eat that day? So you'll notice this is my second banana. I like bananas as a carb source. I feel good when I eat them. I have great workouts on them. Likewise with rice cakes and peanut butter. You know, it's just about figuring out what foods gel well with you. There's no specific diet out there that's gonna work perfectly for you. What you want is a diet or an eating approach that hits your macros, is nutritious, and is tailored to you in the sense that it gives you foods that you enjoy and make you feel good. I think a lot of people don't put enough emphasis on foods that make you feel good. So that's huge. It's absolutely massive. You could be hitting your macros perfectly, going to the gym, working like a dog, but if you don't feel good and your energy output isn't there because you're eating foods that don't gel with you, well, you're out of luck, even if you're hitting your macros. You know, there was a time like a year ago where I would eat a whole bag of spinach every 2 days, maybe 3 days. Like I was going crazy on spinach, and I just didn't feel good. I felt bloated from it. It didn't really sit well with me. And then I kind of just dialed it back a little bit. And as you saw, I still ate spinach today. Like I'll have it in small moderations, but that was my go-to vegetable, and it just wasn't sitting well with me at all. And what allowed me to figure that out is because I have every single day logged, or at least at that time I did. And so it's really, really helpful. Anyways, I'm gonna smash this, and it's gym time. Crushed that workout. We got Professor Tom making some pancakes. I got this going on here, a little smorgasbord. We got Zach Colburn doing Zach Colburn things. Yeah, great workout. I dropped the WUP programming for this workout, went straight bro style and just got a pump, and it was actually phenomenal. By the way, if you want that program, the 5-week program, it's for free down below in the link, in the bio with the link. How about that? All right, boys and girls. 470 grams of white rice, 8 ounces of turkey, whole lot of asparagus and onions, and a little bit of soy sauce. About 2 hours after we worked out, and this kind of leads me to a point which I get asked a lot, and that is, does nutrient timing really matter? Like when we eat our meals, is it super important, especially post or pre-workout? I would say pre-workout is relatively important. You want to go into the gym with some good fuel or go in fasted. It's kind of one of the two. Going in with a small meal in your stomach and having like 20 grams of carbs and 15 grams of protein and a little bit of fat is going to be less than ideal. So either train your body to train fasted, or go in with, like, I would say an ideal situation is to train with like at least 100 grams of carbs in your system, maybe like 50 to 60 grams of protein and 20 to 30 grams of fat. Just anecdotally from my experience, that's just a really good place to be at. If you can have a little bit of more in your system, even better. As far as like post-workout timing, not really that important. Like I said, it's been about 2 hours since we've trained. At some point you do want to get some carbs in you, spike that insulin, precursor protein synthesis, refill your glycogen, all that good stuff. Protein doesn't really matter all that much. As long as you're having enough protein over the day or over the weeks, you should be a-okay. So don't slam a protein shake right after a workout, or don't stress because you don't get your protein and carbs right after you work out. You'll be okay. Professor Tom is about to school me real quick. All right, smash that. This is the next course. How much do you think these cost to make? I'm gonna say this is probably like 50 cents worth of pancakes. Realistically, sugar-free syrup. It's got raspberries in them. This is the chess game. Current situation. Let's see how this goes. Well, you guys can't tell, but I got swept. One of the strangest games of chess I've ever played. No advances on my part. Played defense the whole time, to my own demise. Alright guys, it is the next day. I didn't sign off last night because I was in a bit of a carb coma. To be honest, yesterday was probably a little bit of a higher eating day than I go most days. I don't know if that was because I was just more hungry or I was putting on a show for the camera. I don't know, hard to say. I say typically I'm probably about 40 grams of carbs lower than I was. So let's look at the macros from yesterday. So, moment of truth. Yesterday we ended at 430 grams of carbs, 67 fat, and 215 grams of protons. So not bad. Honestly, a lot of food, but that was just kind of eating intuitively to some extent. And yeah, so we shook out at pretty high macros. And like I said, I think some days I'm a little bit higher fat, a little bit lower carb. Yesterday was a higher carb day, a little bit lower fat. So that was the play. If you made it this far in the video, I freaking love you. Thank you for sticking around, guys. Be sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. I got a lot of really exciting content on the way. If you guys like these full day of eatings, let me know. I'll be sure to make more of them. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay amazing.